Right, hello, and welcome back to another CREY video. My name is Jordo, and today I'm going to be taking you through the process of how I built my ARL-44 tank, which is also in where you can see it in the Jordo's Tank Museum. So before I take you through the build process, I just want to fix something up on the tank. If you can see, there's just a bit of brown sticking up, so I'm just going to move that down, so that's good. And then what I need to do is I need to select this one, Control C. Oh, actually, let's bring that up first. And then just perfectly align it with should be fine. Yep. There you go. So I just filled in this gap here, just make it complete. Because you can see here, yeah, that wasn't there was no gap there. So some reason I forgot to fill this gap in, but now it's filled. Alright, so then we'll go and close the box, and we'll go and update in library. Alright, we'll press update and wait for the box to update. And then yeah, I'll take you through the building process that I did with the tank. Okay, while it's updating, so while we wait for it to... Oh, wait. Oh, it's done. Cool. I'll tell you about my new projects at the end of the video. Alright, so, anyway, the ARL-44. So, the ARL-44 is a French heavy tank, manufactured in France. So as always, what I start off with, I always start off the body, or the body, because that's basically sort of the first thing to do is design the body, then the turret. So then you can get an idea of how big the turret needs to be, and comparing it to like its real life counterpart from pictures, and you can see, okay, the turret is about that wide, doesn't go any further. So that's why I always do the body first. So this one's just a really simple body. It was just angled this primitive 45 degrees. Pardon me. And then angled that one about maybe 20 degrees, and then just put in the floor, and then that one was the same thing, 35, and then maybe 15 degrees. So that was the body. So that was a really easy body to do. Then what I actually did was, so I designed the treads. Now, with the treads, I had to get the right size and make sure that it all fitted. So basically, I put the wheels in, for added detail, and then because if you look at the images online of a ARL-44, you see that it has armor on its, not not exactly on the treads, but you know, covering where the wheels are, and the tracks can still go around. So that was relatively easy. So first I did 2 rectangle primitives, and aligned them up with the track. Then what I did was I got a cylinder and put it here, and you know, blended it in. And there was a gap here, so I had to add some more rectangular primitives, and then yeah, because when you look up a real picture, you'll see it's a bit of a sort of a slope with a bit of a curve just around here. So I tried to get that as accurately as possible. It's close to what it is, but you know, it still looks pretty good. So that was combined with lots of primitives just blended into here. And then, you know, I just copied and pasted, Control C, you know, lined it up with the body, made sure that it was correct and all, and yeah, then just clicked it so it would stay there. And then, because I had to do the ones on the other side, I basically just selected that again, and I turned that around. So you know, I basically rotated the other side, you know, so it could match. But you see, because when I rotated it this way, the cylinder here, that was up at the front, which that was gonna look odd and not accurate to its actual counterpart. So all I did was, I deleted these ones and this as well. Then from here I just copied and pasted that, put the wheel where it was meant to be at the back, and then put the other primitives here at the front. And also on the top of the body we've got some vents, so just here and here. Okay, so now that was done, the body and the tracks, I need to put some armor plating on the top, so you know, it was covering the top tracks. So I made sure that it was, because when you look at the real picture, it doesn't cover the whole track, it just covers like half of it. So I was like, okay, yep, that's far enough. That will do. That looks yeah, that looks accurate. And then I put a shovel and axe on the front armor, because sometimes you would have tanks either carrying some track, you know, spare track, or a shovel or an axe. So yeah, I added that bit of detail to the tank. Okay, now the armor, the turret, I should say. That was a bit of a tricky one, just because the armor had a lot of angle to it, especially where the front was, and where, yeah, here we go. As you can see, these are angled, and also the top, that was angled down a bit, probably like 10 degrees. So, you know, trying to get that accurate and the same. That was a bit hard, but I got there. So here we've got some treads. So that's just, I was just, simulating some treads. So yeah, so that's just, 4 primitives and 1 big primitive. Alright, so now I proceeded to do the back of it. So the actual turret, it actually has a bit of a part of the turret is lifted up from sort of the main turret. So yeah, that was easy to recreate. And now I'm not too sure what exactly this was for. I presume maybe carrying, or yeah, carrying something. I'm not too sure though. Yeah, not too sure. Anyway, moving on. So then they had this little box on the side. So that was actually pretty easy to recreate, and then just primitive to fill in the gaps, to make it look like a triangle or fin basically. And you got one of the hatches, another hatch here. I think that's where you can see out of the tank. We've got the antenna, so that was just 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cylinder primitives, scaled down to a good amount. And I forgot what that was, but that was there. So now we move on to the gun. So the actual gun and its mount. Now, when you look at an image of the ARL-44, you'll see the turret is it's sort of like this. So, but it's a bit more bigger. So I tried to get as accurate as possible. So yeah, this went through a lot of changes when I was designing it, and just trying to blend these ones in. It was a challenge, but I did get there, and then. So what I did was a cylinder one, because the barrel on the tank is pretty long, and then because the actual tank does have like a square square nozzle to it, I'll call it that. So yeah, so I had to recreate that, and yeah, just another cylinder here, just to make the gun barrel finished and complete. And then yeah, it was and then it was time to paint it. So yeah, I decided to paint it green, and then the gun mount and the tracks, they were all grey, greyish colours. So yeah, that's been my build through guide of how I made my ARL ARL-44 tank. Hope you enjoyed this video, and there will be more to come. Thank you guys for watching.